Dual Cultivation, WN, Chapter 58. A Gift from the Heavens. As long as you cultivate the technique I give you, you will surely become one of the best alchemy masters in this eastern continent, if not the very best in this world. Su Yang continued. You plan on giving me a technique? What kind of technique is it? She asked with extreme curiosity. It's a technique that will help you understand the Tao of alchemy faster and better. It will aid you in becoming an alchemy master within months if not weeks. So, what about my offer? Are you willing to accept it? Madame Wang rubbed her temples and began pondering extensively. Everything Su Yang offered her sounded too good to be true, yet something about it gave her a feeling that it was all real. Just to be clear, if I accept your offer, you will help me become an alchemy master, and in return, I will give you resources and help you make pills? That's the gist of it, yes. Su Yang calmly nodded, confirming her thoughts. After a moment of dead silence, Madame Wang released a long sigh. To think there'd be a day I would lower myself to the point where I have to rely on a youngster to help me achieve my dreams in becoming an alchemy master. She stared at Su Yang in the eyes and continued. I, Wang Shuren, accept your offer. Su Yang laughed at her words. Youngster, despite my appearance, I am actually older than you, believe it or not. As a cultivator yourself, you should know very well that one's appearance can be very deceiving in our world. Wang Shuren looked at him with wide eyes without feeling too shocked, as she had a feeling that he was actually older than he looked due to his demeanor. But without confirmation, she didn't dare to believe it at first. Suddenly, someone knocked on the door to the room. Madame Wang, the auction is about to begin, said one of the servants from behind the door. I will be there in a moment, Wang Shuren loudly replied. We can continue this after the auction, Su Yang said a moment later. Wang Shuren nodded at his suggestion, and she stored all the monster cores that were on the table inside a large leather pouch. I will bring this to where the rest of things are being auctioned today first. After cleaning the table, Wang Shuren led Su Yang out of the room, where she proceeded to direct a beautiful lady to bring Su Yang to one of the VIP guest rooms and to serve him for the day. The VIP guest room was a single large square room with a few furniture along with a luxurious chair seated a few steps behind the large glass wall that showcased the entire view of the auction room, where the auction will be taken place. When taken to this room, the beautiful lady appointed to him said, Esteemed guest, if you see something you wish to make an offer on, just say it out loud and your voice will be broadcasted into the auction room for everybody to hear. Additionally, your privacy when inside this room is a top priority, so your voice will be disguised and the glass wall can only be seen through from your end. How thoughtful, Su Yang smiled. If esteemed guest requires any assistance at any time during the auction, you can call for me, as I will be standing here by the door until the end of the auction. Any kind of service is fine, Su Yang said with an enchanting and seductive smile, dumbfounding the beautiful lady for a good second. Yes, anything is fine as long as it is with the esteemed guest, she said a moment later, her face quickly reddening. Naturally, the Burning Lotus auction house did not provide that kind of service, not even to its esteemed guests. But seeing how handsome and noble Su Yang was, the young lady willingly lied about her services, as she could only see benefits from this situation. After all, what kind of servant wouldn't want to create a close connect with an esteemed guest as handsome as Su Yang to earn a few favors? Even if he wasn't an esteemed guest, the young lady was positive that she would still willingly serve him. After a moment of silence, Su Yang suddenly laughed out loud. Ha ha ha. I am joking with you. It was a habit of his to tease others, especially young maidens. Hearing that it was only a joke, the young lady felt her face flushing from embarrassment, yet there was also a hint of disappointment in her heart, as she was expecting this year's auction to be a bit different and more exciting. Don't tell me you actually look forward to serving some stranger you've just only met? Even though you are a pure maiden? Su Yang decided to poke at her more after seeing her reactions. The young lady showed surprise when Su Yang called her a virgin. How did you know that I am still pure? She asked. A gift from the heavens, I suppose, Su Yang said with a slight smile, before taking a seat in the luxurious chair. From his view, there was at least 100 people already seated in their seats, all whom are waiting for the auction to start. There was also a large stage in the auction room, where a few servants were setting the stage up. Esteemed guest, the young lady suddenly mumbled from behind him. Although esteemed guest may be joking, I am very serious about my services. Su Yang slowly turned around to look at her, who had a reddened face, looking like she'd just ate something spicy.